So my name's Christopher Mills, Deborah. I'm from Nexus Point News. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you today. Firstly, I wanted to ask, how's the global tour been for you? Now you're in London, getting ready for a premiere and other Q&As. How's it been going so far?
It's been going great. We've had such a good time. I'm based in LA, and so we've done a lot of work there. And this is my first venture out of the country for a while for this film. So it's really been great. It's wonderful to bring the movie to different places and different people.
And then I wanted to ask, what research went into the Ash Clan's, costumes and specifically Varang's character design? Because I've noticed she seems to be the only Na'vi that has the spikes going through her kuru. So I was wondering what went into, designing them.
It's very interesting when we started to approach the Ash people. Jim and I had a lot of discussions about it, and they were very, I would say, very rudimentary at first. I did a lot of redesigning and kind of to get them where they are now. But one of the things was, just investing yourself in them as a people and what their lore is, right? What they believe in. And they've turned away from AWA. They're basically masochistic. They don't mind pain, they have scarification, they have piercings, and the fact that Varang's kuru has these horn spikes going through it can't, sort of attest to her strength as a leader.
And I also wanted to ask, actually, even with the spikes crews, one thing I noticed was, obviously you don't want to give too much away about the film, but the way she uses her crew is very different to how we've ever seen in the previous two Avatar films. I feel like the spikes, seeing that first, you can tell that she's different. She's a different type of leader compared to the leaders that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, that's such an interesting question. It's really an incredible observation that you just made, because that is part of it. Her internal struggle, she uses externally, right? So she uses it against people. She uses it to command her people. She uses it to project her strength over others. And I think you see that grow through the course of the movie.
Yeah.
And her performance is so spectacular. And she's just sort of this evil queen.
Yeah. And I want to ask, what's it like working on, a smaller sci-fi film? Well, it's still big, but a smaller sci-fi film such as Back to the Future compared to a grander sci-fi like Avatar, Fire and Ash. What has changed since then or, remained the same?
Oh my goodness, everything's changed and everything stayed the same. So what's changed is technology.
Yeah.
And obviously something like Fire and Ash and the Avatar franchise in general, it's a huge VFX film. So there are huge departments of people doing, a million different kinds of jobs. We also don't shoot, like Back to the Future was still shot on film. So, and it was all live action.
Yeah.
So, that it just, I come from a live action world, so that's what I love the most. And I think the thing that's really stayed the same is that for the Avatar films, as much as they are CG, and people want to sort of say, like, diminish that they're actually the research, the craft, the things that go into making these films real, the performances, everything is real. It's not animation.
Yeah.
It's not a cartoon. And so what we do in my department is we make things with our hands, just like always, just like old school, and then we bring them into this new world with new technology.
And then I wanted to ask, since working on the first Avatar, what has been, through Avatar, Way of Water, and Fire and Ash, what has been the most difficult thing you've said, the difficult thing when it comes to, working as a costume designer, and also specifically with Fire and Ash, what would you say is, sorry, let me rephrase that. The most difficult thing that you now find, so something you found difficult at first, that you now find easier, and with Fire and Ash, something that you find, you found difficult during the production?
Such a good question. When I first started on the first Avatar many years ago now, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I mean zero. I got brought in by John Landau, and I worked with Jim before on Titanic,
Yeah.
and it was sort of like just, throw me into the deep end of the pool. So I started to just work with amazing people of all sorts, right? So there's so many experts that you can ask questions of, and I gained a certain bank of knowledge, and then many years passed before we did 2, and even since 3, the technology continues to evolve. The process to make these movies continues to evolve. It's very, very, very technical, but it's also incredibly artistic and craft-worthy. So the whole process just becomes more, to be honest, I barely could use a computer the way I can now.
Yeah.
So just that knowledge in itself, and so there was a lot of time where I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a costume designer. What am I
Yeah.
doing this for? But the communication, the way people communicate now over devices is really important.
And I'm sure the collaboration with Weta made it easier as well to, go back and forth between, showing them the costumes and, making the entire process easier for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that, my workshop was at Weta Workshop in New Zealand. And so I would travel from Los Angeles to New Zealand a lot to work with them to actually make the garments. And then when we started to do more of the post with the visual artists, we work mostly over computers.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've been lucky enough when I go down to New Zealand to sit with them in a room, which I think they really like too. They're used to being just sort of handed things.
Yeah.
But since we collaborate so much, and so the level at which we work artistically between the live production and the visual effects side of things is so advanced that it's become a wonderful collaboration.
Honestly, thank you so much, Deborah, for your time. I just want to say congratulations, on this film, the previous 2 films, and hopefully we can get Avatar 4 and 5 in the future if this does well enough.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. It was really nice to meet you.